Friendship's a funny thing, isn't it? Particularly in the celebrity world. Told you before, there's no such thing as celebrity friends. There are users, movers and shakers, and people that you're useful to if you're making money with them. If you work in my world where there's agents, managers, publicists, all of that sort of stuff, oh, they love you while they're making you money. But when you're not, well, literally, it's so strange because when you think about it, the people that you've worked with, at one point I had 3 agents, can you imagine? And they were all useless, let me tell you, absolutely useless. And they would say to you, oh Neil, if I'd have known you were going on that particular show, we could have done something. My motto was always, how about doing something without you knowing that I've done the work? That's the reason why, yes, you can imagine, I didn't last too well with many of the agents. But what was interesting was this, you see, when you have celebrity friends, particularly those that you've, say, helped and assisted in their podcast, well, you would have thought that perhaps that particular friend may have supported you in one of the biggest nights of your career. You've broken away from everything that people know you to be, which is an international tennis ace, won so many trophies and awards around the world, but now you're in this brand new territory of being a television host on a big event. You want your so-called chums there to support you. They were, but then in the blink of an eye, they weren't. Let me explain. Hi, morning, lovely to see you. Thank you as ever for your time today. I'm glad you enjoyed, by the way, our recent story regarding the Silver Jubilee of King George and, of course, the Hollywood icon that sadly didn't make it. Strange story, when you think about it, but as I say, you learn these things from interviewing people and meeting so many people around the world. Fascinating stuff, I'm sure you'll agree. As we all know, at that recent event for the ESPN award, Pat Tillman, etc., Meghan and Harry took centre stage, literally in the very first row. Meghan making sure, of course, she grabbed all of the spotlight while grabbing Prince Harry's hand in a vice-like grip where he didn't want to, well, escort her up to the stage. A rarity, as some people might say, and a little bit annoying for somebody like Meghan Markle, who, as we often have pointed out, loves a spotlight. Well, more so than a searchlight in a war movie. You understand what it's like. But what was interesting was, as her friend Serena Williams was literally doing her very best to keep the crowd together, make them enjoy the night, explain what was going on, all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, she got a very good quipping, didn't she, about how she didn't want Meghan and Harry taking her oxygen because it was her night. And it was all dressed up in we're friends, but you could feel the daggers even from the stage, couldn't you? Absolutely. Now, what was interesting to learn was simply this, because as Meghan and Harry were there, allegedly they were supposed to be there for the entire duration. Now, what happened was, according to a source, according to Meghan at least, Harry had something of an attack. We know he's prone to these anxiety attacks. Normally if there's no people cheering him on, you get the picture. And he looked absolutely terrified, didn't he, when he took to the stage to pick up the award. Now, what shocked her good friend Serena Williams, as I say, is she'd given her time and her personality, if you like, her power, her star power, her name, to Meghan's fledgling, of course, Archetypes podcast. So you would have thought that Meghan would have sat it out front stage, etc., and applauded throughout. No. Now, according to another source, Harry was apparently stunned that he had to leave too. Now, what happened was things really took a turn for the worse, because obviously when you have those two people leaving, everybody was kind of stunned. Not only did people think it was the height of bad manners, but more importantly, backstage and on the stage, Serena Williams didn't know what was wrong. Was Meghan ill? Was Harry not feeling his very best? Why did he have to leave? It certainly wasn't part of the script. And it certainly was not down. Of course, if Serena would have known, she could have said, I'd like to thank them for attending. I know they've got another appointment or an engagement, but thank you so much. She apparently was literally left stunned. So more importantly, when you think about the alleged friendship of people in the celebrity world, it doesn't matter what you do. According to that source, Meghan and Harry, Meghan in particular, again allegedly, felt that she'd done her bit. They'd been seen, he'd picked up his award, and more importantly, there was no reason to hang around, and so they didn't. This left her good chum Serena Williams stunned, and on the surface, of course, and through gritted veneers, she was all smiles. Behind the scenes, things were something different, and that we'll be investigating later. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.